Testing. Great. Hello, everyone. For members of the jury, could we have you come to the front so we could take a group photo? Jury members, please come stand in front. Okay. T'as dit quoi? Répète, Mélissa. On m'entend pas là? Ah, d'accord.
Welcome, everyone. I am very happy to be here today. Very often, as you can imagine, I interact with project leaders focused on preserving the ocean. At the end of some meetings, I have mastered the technical aspects of the solutions, but I still cannot sell the project as a whole. Two conclusions are possible. Either I am a goldfish, or the project is not that well presented. I let you be the judge tonight. I'm telling you this today to explain the motivation and common goal we have shared with the SOA teams since the beginning in organizing this Ocean Pin Challenge contest. For the past 4 years, we have helped these fantastic project leaders improve their skills in this fundamental technique of presenting projects with clarity and impact. The Ocean Pin Challenge contest isn't just about 3 winners receiving awards each year. This competition is mostly about turning 10 projects into pitch champions. Jeremy, our 2023 winner, congratulations. Will update us on his project during the middle break and explain how this helped his project to grow. Everyone knows that ocean is not in a good shape, and the world also needs these great solutions. A great idea is good only if it can be implemented. we are very proud to contribute our small part in upskilling this amazing project. It's our deepest motivation. So today, you will hear the pitches of 10 solutions pre-selected from 218 applications we received from 49 countries this year. 49 countries. It's really amazing. Today, we are gathered to celebrate the creativity of these finalists who are committed to protect our ocean and build a sustainable future for our planet. Like last year, my friend Jessica from the SOA team will moderate the final with the technical support of Melissa, Director of Communication at Respect Ocean. I want to deeply thank all the Leonards team for the warm welcome, their help since last year, and their dedication. Thank you very much, Julien, and all the Leonards team. I want to also thank all the partners of this edition for everything they have done in spreading our contest and for the rewards. I wish to also say a big thank you to our selection committee made of 44 blue economy experts for all the time spent in reviewing the applications and the difficult task of selecting the 10 finalists who will be pitching tonight. Waves of gratitude as well to our pitch coaches and to our jury members here today in charge of selecting our 3 winners. Last but not least, a huge thanks to Melissa, who works with me. She is deeply involved in this competition. If I were Batman, she could be the best Robin ever. And you can't see her for now because she is in the technical Batcave. Most seriously, I am Aurélie Dubois, General Delegate of Respect Ocean. And all I have to do now is to wish you all a very good final. Good luck to the finalists, and I will see you at the end of the event when I have the honor to announce the big winner of this 2024 edition. Thank you.
Thank you, Aurélie, for your words. Very happy to be here with you tonight for the 4th edition of our Ocean Pitch Challenge. Really, like 218 applications received this year. Like, I can still believe it. But yeah, we did it. So for those who don't know me, my name is Ben Lesage, and I am a global coordinator at Sustainable Ocean Alliance for more than 4 years now. I started with an Ocean Pitch Challenge 4 years ago during COVID, and now here we are at Leonard. So for those who are not familiar with SOA, we are a non-profit organization headquartered in San Francisco in the US. And we have supported and accelerated several hundred solutionists across the globe. I invite you to have a look at our most recent impact report to find more details about the 376 solutions that we have supported over the years. I also take the opportunity to be with you tonight to let you know that we are looking for solutions to join our network. We have an ongoing call for application that is open until June 3rd. So I invite you to go to our website to find more information and apply if you are an entrepreneur, an ecopreneur, and interested in joining our network. But back to the Ocean Pitch Challenge. So in a few minutes, you will hear the pitches of 10 finalists who have trained with their coach over the past few weeks. But before that, I will give the floor to Julien Villalongue from Leonard, who is our partner and host for the night. Thank you. Julien.
Thank you, Aurélie, and thank you, Benjamin. I like to say a few words. It will be very fast because I think the most important things today is like to listen to these wonderful entrepreneurs and solutions that have been gathered by SOR Respect Ocean. Warm welcome to your both organizations tonight here under this glass roof at Leonard. Leonard, the Vinci's foresight and innovation platforms. And here what we like is to ease the dialogue between major stakes and solutions that are answering these major stakes. And when Ludivine a couple of years ago talked about this potential partnership with you guys around the ocean challenges, it was clear that we wanted to be part of this big adventure. So it's really an opportunity for us, and a big thank for organizing this event here at Leonard. Vinci is the main global group around construction and infrastructure, and when we look at these ocean challenges and stakes, what we are looking is of course, how the development of the blue economy and the development of new energy, for instance, but also how all of this coastal environment, which depend on the relationship they have with the ocean, how they can adapt themselves to the consequences of climate change, which is the one of the big challenges we are looking. But ocean is also a resource to protect, and when we like review all the solution, different entrepreneurs from very different countries are developing this kind of solution, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from this solution that we want to support, and we will look with Ludivine how Vinci can support also this solution. This collaboration between big corporation and startups is very important for us because we do believe that we have like different stuff to bring together on the equation to scale up these solutions. So once again, welcome here at Leonard. Yesterday I was attending a jury selection with the French General Delegate for investment, and he's a former entrepreneur, and he gave this image of an entrepreneur as a surf rider, a rider of a wave, because we have to take the wave of the evolution of the big transformation of our markets and to bring solutions. And I wish the best of luck of the different riders of tonight, and they will be able like to get this wonderful award with this good wave of the Ocean Pitch Challenge. So welcome once again, and best of luck for the different picture of tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julien. We're so glad to be back here this year. Bonsoir à toutes et à tous. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 4th edition of the Ocean Pitch Challenge, the ocean event of the year, you might say. My name is Jessica Newfield, and I'm delighted to be back again as your MC of this grand finale. And tonight, we gather to address the urgent challenges that our ocean faces and to celebrate 10 unique solutions that contribute to restoring its health and vitality. We are at a critical juncture where pollution, habitat destruction, overfishing, and ocean acidification directly threaten the balance of our marine ecosystems. It is more important than ever that each of us, in our own way, play a part in nurturing and protecting our oceans. The finalists you'll meet tonight exemplify the spirit of both individual contribution and collective impact. They are not just innovators, they are also community builders who understand that real change comes from many people working together. Each of these projects represents a unique approach to solving the problems that our ocean face. But more importantly, they highlight the diverse ways each of us can contribute to this cause and make a difference. And on a personal note, I just wanted to share a reflection that I've been having recently about how too often in the climate policy and innovation sector, as mission-driven organizations, we feel obligated to compete for funding, for partnerships, or media attention. But I'd like to invite you to question the scarcity mindset and consider how we can be better at collaborating as ocean and climate innovators, and to work together, and how we can support each other and other colleagues and organizations to achieve our shared goals. Because ecosystems, they thrive on the balanced interdependence of all parts, because only through collective leadership can we achieve collective impact. So as we embark on this evening together, let's remember to celebrate our shared commitment to this flourishing ocean innovation ecosystem. So thank you all for being here and for being part of this community. I'm really excited to see familiar faces and some new faces in the crowd today. And we've got some exciting things in store. So just to give you a quick rundown of what is happening tonight, we'll have an overview of the jury members and the finalists. We'll hear the amazing team's pitch, followed by a conversation with our 2023 winner, Jérémy Lucas, and a keynote from UN Global Compact Senior Ocean Advisor, Vincent Dumezelle. And then there'll be 3 top prizes that are going to be up for grabs for the 10 finalists. And in addition, we have 5 special prizes: the Biodiversity Prize, the Bio Inspiration Prize, the Seaweed Prize, the French Solution Prize, and the Early Stage Prize. And finally, please stay to the end, including members joining online, for a very special performance with MK de Canard, who's going to be playing the violin, accompanied by the sounds of whales. So something not to miss. Also, and very exciting news, tonight, all of you participants in person and online get to vote for your favorite startup. So please scan this QR code and stay ready for voting at the end of all the pitches. We will also share this slide again, so if you're having issues scanning it, do not worry. You will have another occasion to do it before we vote. So I'm excited to present to you shortly our very impressive jury committee, who have kindly taken time to be here with us tonight to evaluate the startups. So please feel free to do a little wave to your fellow attendees as I call your name. We have Nathalie Biancoli from TV Monaco. Feel free to wave to folks. We see you. Vincent Dumezelle from United Nations Global Compact. Lisa Hubert from Mirova. Vincent Jarnigon from West France Le Marin. And Philippe Kunter from BPI France, who couldn't join, sadly, because he is sick, but he'll be joining virtually. We have Santiago Lefebvre from Change Now. Jérémy Lucas from Paradoxal Surfboards. Geneviève Pont de Ladrière from Europe Jacques Delors. Thanks for joining. And she will have to leave before the end because you have a very important European debate to get to for the European elections. So thank you for making the time to be here. And then we have Dr. Heidi Sylvestre from AMAP, who is also joining virtually because she was at the emergency room last night, but insisted on supporting us online. So grateful she'll be doing that. And we have Julien Villalongue from Léonard. Feel free, yeah, everyone knows you. Olivier Wenden from Fondation Prince Albert II de Monaco. Thank you. Well, thank you, jury members. We're really grateful for your time, and so that the rest of the audience knows how things are going to be graded tonight. So they will be evaluating the startup space on the following criteria: quality of the pitch, which represents 55% of the total grade. Since this is a pitching contest, that's why it's weighted so heavily. Next is the impact of the solution, that's 15%. Feasibility and development potential of the solution of innovation, another 15%. And then finally, the financial viability and economic model of the solution, which is another 15%. So they will have 20 minutes at the end to deliberate together, and they'll be also taking notes gradually throughout the pitches. Wonderful. So I'm excited now to present to you our finalists who will be pitching in a few short moments. So as my colleagues mentioned, we received 218 applications from 49 countries, which is a record so far. And every year we want to get more and more people from all over the world to participate, and we're really proud that this has become a very international competition. So first up, we have Risala Sujatswarov with SeaBetter from Indonesia with a mapping tool to protect coral reefs from ship anchors, showcasing how data can guide conservation efforts. We will have second, Franck Olivier with Royal Racey Boat from New Caledonia, recycling fiberglass from old vessels into useful materials, demonstrating the circular economy in action. Next, we'll have Paige Ruppels with Ocean Ledger from the UK and the US, unlocking blue carbon financing to drive marine ecosystem restoration, reminding us of the power of finance to foster environmental change. And Bernard Guigné from Biomanity from France, local project, producing biodegradable microplastic-free sand grains, highlighting innovative ways to combat pollution. And then Clément Puech with WaveX from France and the UK, harnessing wave energy to combat coastal erosion and generate green electricity, illustrating the synergy between technology and nature. So those will be our first 5. And then our next 5, here we got Benjamin Alva with Aul Bio from the USA, developing coral microbiome boosters to protect reefs, demonstrating how science can help safeguard our natural heritage. Dr. Cornelius Lam with Blue Seafood from Germany, offering cell-based fish as sustainable proteins, showcasing a compassionate alternative to traditional fishing. And then John-Marie Kavuma with Upcycle Africa from Uganda, transforming plastic waste into fashion items, emphasizing the importance of creativity and community empowerment. Damien Demour with Subsea Quieter from France, another French company, reducing underwater noise pollution, showcasing how we can lessen our industrial impact on marine life. And last but not least, Alessandro Romano with Intersect from Italy, who is creating sustainable aquafeed from agriculture, byproducts, and insects, showing us how to turn waste into valuable resources. Woo! So please make some noise for these incredible finalists. I hope you're excited. So again, if you haven't scanned this QR code, we really encourage all of you to vote tonight for your favorite pick. We'll be announcing the public's vote. And we'll be showing this again a last time because third time's the charm. So each finalist will have exactly 3 minutes to pitch and then 2 minutes for questions from our esteemed jury members here. And I think we're pretty much ready to get going with our first pitch. So without further ado, we'll transition music. Well, imagine the music is there because I think we're having some technical issues with that. Without further ado, please welcome Risala with SeaBetter.
Teeming with life, where brilliantly colored corals sway with the currents and schools of fish dart through the crystal clear waters. The incredible ecosystem support an astonishing diversity of marine life. Coral reefs are among the most biodiverse and vital ecosystems on our planet. They provide habitat for countless marine species, protect coastal areas from erosions, and support the livelihoods of millions of people through tourism and fishing. However, these fragile ecosystems are under threat. Indonesian coral reefs are among the richest in the world in terms of biodiversity, with thousands of species of fish, mollusks, and other marine life living in them. Indonesian coral reef cover 2.53 million hectares, and 270.16 hectares are conservation areas, making it the #1 largest in the world. But 30.4% the total area of coral reef owned by Indonesia is in a damaged or not good condition. The main problem was caused by tourism activity. Gili Trawangan is one of Indonesia's favorite underwater tourist destinations, but we found that 55% of the coral reefs in Gili Trawangan are damaged by tourism activity. These fragile ecosystems are under threat. One of the significant but often overlooked cause of a coral reef damage is the entering of a ship. Can you imagine a coral reef ecosystem that has been preserved for hundreds or thousands of years by nature, but because of human cluelessness, the ecosystem is destroyed in a flash? My team and I initiated SeaBetter because the inexistent and easily accessible mapping of coral reef conservation areas made owners of tourist ships just drop anchor in the area. Therefore, the necessity of safe anchoration information integrated with application-based coral reef areas is very important. The SeaBetter device is installed beneath the ship to facilitate mapping. It uses a multi-beam echo sounder to map underwater topography extensively. The mapping results are then identified and input into the SeaBetter mapping system. Additionally, it uses AAS data to determine the ship's position based on latitude and longitude. So, ship owners can view safe zones and coral reef areas on the map, allowing them to anchor in the safe zones, avoiding damage to the coral reefs. SeaBetter is not just a tool, it's a commitment. Join us in this crucial mission to preserve the beauty and biodiversity of our oceans. Every action counts, and with SeaBetter, we can make a significant difference. Let's protect our coral reef today to ensure a flourishing marine world for generations to come. Together, we can be the guardians of the sea, the champion of coral reef conservation. Our tagline is Sea Better, from seabed to better ocean. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Risala. So we saw a video of Risala because of internet issues, but now we'll have Risala join, hopefully live for 2 questions from 2 to 3 questions from the jury, depending on timing. So jury members, you have the floor if you have any burning questions for Risala at this point. And we have the mic for the jury members on the side here. Yep.
Thank you very much for this presentation. But in my opinion, I was a bit frustrated because you didn't have time to go on the business model side. So I have a lot of questions about the pricing. Can we retrofit easily? What is your business approach to that very important topic?
Great, Risala. So if you want to answer, you have the floor.
All right, thank you so much for the questions. So, SeaBetter business model focus on providing a subscription-based service to maritime operator and tourism company. The core company include like a 1, subscription fee, like a charging ship operators and tourism company, a monthly or annual fee for access to the SeaBetter system. Number 2 is partnership, collaborating with conservation organizations, local government, and maritime authorities to promote the SeaBetter. 3, training and support, providing training sessions and technical support to ensure the sustainable integration and effective use for the SeaBetter system. Thank you.
Were you able to hear the yeah, so okay. Yeah, okay. I think the question was around the business model that you have for your project. If you can speak more to that and how to commercialize it potentially, or different revenue streams.
All right, so SeaBetter business model focus on providing a subscription-based service to maritime operator and tourism company. The core component include like 1, subscription fees, like a charging ship operators and tourism company, a monthly or annual fee for access to SeaBetter system. 2, partnership, collaborating with conservation organizations, local government, and maritime authority to promote the adoption of SeaBetter and support regulatory compliance. Number 3, data analytics, offering data analytic service to stakeholders, providing insight on entering partners and reef health to support ongoing conservation efforts. And finally, training and support, providing training sessions and technical support to ensure seamless integration and effective use of the SeaBetter system. So that's for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Risa. I think we have about 30 seconds if anyone has any very quick questions. Okay. Well, thank you, Risa. Thank you so much for pitching today, and congratulations making it to finalists.
Thank you so much, yeah.
Great. Next, we have Frank Olivier with Royal Racey Boat. Frank, you have the floor.
Hi, everyone. Why not change your paradigm and be on board with a dream to reduce the extraction of raw materials by recycling wastes into secondary raw materials and produce them in a micro industry, in a micro territory and islands around the world. In 10 years, over 6.9 billion tons of plastic and composite waste have been produced in the world. Today, there are 140 billion boats, pleasure boats in the world, and as many future disaster wreck. But after we will be more than 5,000 wind turbines out of service per year in the next 5 years, and just in Europe. I am Frank Olivier, partner and co-founder with Loïc Luciani. Royal Racey Boat is a business based in New Caledonia in South Pacific, and we are specialists in dismantling end-of-life ships, and we have the objective for recycling 100% of them. In 3 years, we have successfully proved the miscibility of fiberglass waste with thermoformable waste. These fiberglass waste are used as reinforcing material in extruded or pressed mold products. We are currently working on the production of a micro factory to transform these two wastes. Firstly, in basic recycled and recyclable products. Secondly, in standardized products through the future fundraising. And finally, into secondary raw material for plastic industry. We are therefore working on a circular economy for an industrial transition solution for small seaside and sea island territories. We are proposing to develop 3 profit centers in one that are adaptable to local area to create a new sector. First, dismantling a sector for enslaved ship to create access to fiberglass waste from sea and land. Secondly, the recycling and the sale of recycled raw material for industrial partners in the local plastic industry and in a short circuit. And finally, in 3, the implementation of containerized microfactory on different island and seaside territories. This large-scale in-hand solution will be enabled to remote area to become self-sustainable with local and adapted industry, while also creating a short production and distribution circuits.
Thank you, Frank. We're out of time. Thank you. Congratulations. Right. Now, for 2 minutes of questions from our jury members.
Hello, thank you for the presentation, for the pitch. My question is about how do you organize the pickup of waste? How do you organize this?
Yes, we just take the boat on land, and we unbuild this piece by piece. And after we shred the fiberglass. First, for the wood, we fiberglass is our project. Every sail and all of piece of the boat are sell on our office. And after the wood, it's okay. We find ebenists and other people who takes the wood and transform it. And the fiberglass, we shred it. And after we move in a heater and malaxing it to make this piece of neuro material.
Okay, my question, thank you. I wanted also to know, how do you identify the different boats and you can collect? I don't know if
How can we identify?
How do you identify the source of the boats you can collect?
Okay. In New Caledonia, we have a lot of boats, and every typhoon, we have a lot of boats on the land and under the sea. So we take it, and after we transform it on our land.
Thank you. We are out of time. Those were 2 minutes. They go by quickly. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Royal Racey Boats. So next, please give a warm welcome to Paige from Ocean Ledger. Paige, you have the floor.
So this may not come as a shock, given 2/3 of the world is covered by water, but coastal habitat supports 7% of GDP and 4 billion people. But we're losing these ecosystems quickly, and if we don't start making a change today, we are putting our global economy at risk. Now, a few years ago, we couldn't fix this, but with the development of market mechanisms like carbon and biodiversity credits, blue bonds, we can turn this risk into an opportunity to draw in private capital. These markets will grow significantly over the next decade, and coastal is the next frontier. Now, the challenge is project developers, businesses, investors need the tools to engage with these market mechanisms. Right now, we only have expensive field methods or very basic global data sets. My co-founder and I experienced this challenge coming from opposite sides of the fence. At Barclays and Accenture, I didn't see any capital or innovation flows into coastal nature-based solutions, while my co-founder, who has a PhD, 10 years in the blue carbon scientific community, saw tons of innovation, but none of it was reaching the real world. So we decided to meet in the middle and solve it ourselves. At Ocean Ledger, we unlock private capital by delivering monitoring, reporting, and verification. We fuse remote sensing with field data to map ecosystem area, condition, and quantify ecosystem services. We can do this up to 30 meters of depth underwater, across space and across time. This approach is backed by 8 years of R&D at the German Aerospace Center. Our algorithms have been trained on 30 million hectares, making our solution significantly faster and cheaper than what's out there today. For project developers, it's simple. We provide them with a return by making their project investable. For corporates and investors, we help de-risk funding, monitor, and report their impact with science-backed credibility. And we know this works because we're doing this for a project right now in Mallorca, where we're able to measure the ROI of seagrass restoration. Currently, we provide our analytics through a service-based model, so we can learn by doing, but we will bundle this into a subscription model for analytics and advice to unlock the demand side and capture significant market share as a first mover. We're just now opening our pre-seed of 600K to further automate and productize our proprietary tech stack. And while carbon markets are undergoing, to say the least, a period of reckoning, and that's a headache for many, for us, it's a tailwind because it positions our technology as an indispensable tool to ensure high quality conservation outcomes. It also lets us learn from the mistakes of land-based players. At Ocean Ledger, we are all in to turn global coastal risk into an investable asset class, allowing coastal to finally take a leading role in the climate change movement. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ocean Ledger. Now for 2 minutes of questions. Jury members, I can see your faces are thinking. I think you left them speechless. We got one question.
Either a really good or bad thing.
Well, thank you once again for this really striking presentation. It's very clear. I love the business approach. Of course, I love monetizing also by making redundant fees for the client. But just to make sure, do you have already a client then in Mallorca? Is it your first client? And
Correct.
Okay, so it's the final round of funding to scale up quite rapidly after that.
Sorry, is the question what we're using the funding?
You have already one client, and the last slide about the funding is really to help you scale and develop quite fast the new clients, I assume, and develop your income. Correct?
Correct. The approach right now is to pilot with project developers because that is kind of the most important side of the market to get correct. But we want to further automate the software in order to enable different tiers of monitoring, reporting, and verification that will be suited for those investors, for buyers, for anyone who wants to invest in these projects. So essentially to be able to do both sides.
And what will be your projection in terms of income within 3 years?
Within 3 years, we have a projection of being able to capture around 4 million in recurring revenue from the SaaS model.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Paige. Please give a round of applause for Ocean Ledger. Great. Now, next up is Bernard Gagné from Biomanity. Bernard, the floor is yours.
Hi, hello everyone. Hopefully you can see me. So at Biomanity, we are starting with the oceans. At Biomanity, we believe crustaceans can save the world. Do you know how much crab shells, shrimp shells are discarded in the ocean or around seaside or in mangrove? It's about 8 million tons of shells every year. And at Biomanity, we believe that we can use this biomass, wasted biomass, to transform it into a product that can save the world and change the petrochemical industry and displace it. So at Biomanity, we start with aquaculture and fishing. We're using wasted crustacean shells, and we are transforming that into a superabsorbent polymer, an SAP. This is a product that with 1 gram can absorb half a liter of water. And what we intend to do with this innovation, that is a deep tech company, is to create a water and fertilizer reservoir for plants, because we have been able to include in this SAP fertilizers. And with that, we can save water and fertilizers for the farmers. We can reduce leaching of fertilizers. We can have better cultivation of plants, even with water stress. And with this biodegradation, that is the benefit of our product, the main one, everything disappears into the soil, everything is biocompatible, everything is microplastic free, compared with the existing product that exists already, that is petro-based. And with that, we protect the soils, we increase biodiversity, we increase fertility of the soils, we reduce erosions, and we increase crop yields and revenue for farmers. And back to the oceans, We're also reducing the eutrophication of mangroves and water in the ocean. So this is the impact of our business. We are circular by design, and our market is around $10 billion. Already, or today, this is the petrochemical market with more than 1,000 applications. We believe that we can expand this market and displace the petrochemical business in that area. What we have done today is that we have passed all the scientific barriers. We are at the Kilo Lab production, and we are financed to industrialize the product and start to, and this is what we're doing, adapt our formulation to all the needs that the industrial people have, industries, and we are financed for the next 3 years to do that. It's a company is going to take probably 4 to 5 years to sell the first kilo of SAP, superabsorbent polymer, in the market.
Thank you.
And we do believe that you can do now the trend movements in voting for Biohumanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Biohumanity. Thank you. So now we've got questions from our jury members. Got Vincent over here.
Thank you very much. A great speech. A couple of questions. Why only shrimps and not lobster and so forth? How do you collect them? Just a couple of them. How do you collect them from the restaurants or from the personal places? And how do you extract? I assume the SAP is made from chitin. How do you extract the chitin from the shells? Thank you.
Okay,
Those three questions.
So you know this part of the equation. Well, we have to buy chitin and chitosan, which is a biopolymer that we're using. We're in relation with many different producers in the world. They're coming from different parts of the world, but mainly India, China, and Southeast Asia. The chitin that we are using is produced out of the shrimp that have been disassembled. So they are. It's half of the collection we do. I mean, the shrimps are collected, and they are. I don't know in English. They are. The shrimp shells are disconnected from the meat, and we have a connection with the producer of this, and we have. I would say now save or protect our supply chain for that for the next 2 or 3 years. But the key issue now is to work with companies that are able to change the way this chitosan and chitin is produced. This is one of the challenges of the company, but we believe we can really change the way it is produced and to have access to a significant amount of sourcing through those companies that we're working with right now. So this is the upstream aspect of our business. I hope I've answered to your question a little bit.
Wonderful. Well, that's the 2 minutes. Thank you so much, Biohumanity. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Now we have one more team before the break. So please give a warm welcome to Clément Puech from Wave X.
Thank you. Imagine sitting on a beach, looking at waves crashing. This is where life originated, yet our attempts to harness the power of this environment or to protect our coasts still fail. Until now, we have worked against nature with rigid structures in this fluid environment. In this environment, rigid structures either create damage or get damaged. What if natural processes could be part of the solution? Natural processes that involve the seabed. Why the seabed? Because it interacts with waves. It can absorb or redirect wave energy. Now enter WaveX devices. You may be thinking, is he seriously trying to sell me a pile of sand? Well, no. Our devices bury themselves under the seabed, where they can inflate and deflate and interact with waves. For example, they can push sand onshore and replenish beaches. This is a simple process, but it can reverse coastal erosion in places where beaches or infrastructures are endangered by climate change. and where there's no satisfying solution to this day. And there's more. If we can absorb wave energy, why not convert it to electricity? For this, we use a proven and efficient principle, and we showed last summer that we can make it with devices 40 times lighter and 5 times cheaper. We're operating below the seabed instead of above it. How do we operate below the seabed? We simply have to imitate this lovely stargazer fish by fluidizing sand with jets of water and gentle motion. Fish don't need foundations or anchoring, so why should we? By removing mechanical structures and foundations, we can easily cut the cost of coastal protection, a $1 billion market, and cut the cost of low-carbon electricity generation, a multi-$100 billion market, with our nature-based solution that will remove 1 billion tons of CO2 annually, which is more than the emissions of France and California combined. We will commercialize our beach protection solution next year. Then we will add the power generation components and sell electricity at a profitable price from the start. And finally, we will switch business model to scale and sell our technology to project developers. We're 2 dedicated co-founders. Olivier is a serial entrepreneur with 3 successful exits to his credit, and I've worked in the French power grid for 10 years. We are backed by amazing advisors, and we partner with leading organizations such as Michelin, the French tire manufacturer. At this stage, we have received 400K of funding, and we have tested small-scale prototypes in both lab and real environment, and we have letters of intent from several councils eager to pay for a solution. We're currently fundraising and looking for strategic partnerships to advance our wave energy development. If you feel like helping, investing, or knowing more, we'll be happy to talk. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, WaveX. Now, we've got 2 minutes on the clock for questions from our jury members. I see them diligently writing things down, so I think that's a good sign.
How do you preserve the coastal ecosystems while putting in place? I mean, there should be a lot of question around this because that's a very fragile ecosystems on the beach.
I don't think I understand.
How do you preserve the ecosystem while putting your stuff below the sand and below the water?
It's actually, we install our devices in places where waves like sweep the ocean floor. So that we need to have no algae, no rocks, no places where life would go. And so we install them with this like gentle way to bury themselves with jets of water and motion. And so actually it doesn't displace, it doesn't make any noise. It's it's pretty neutral. We've asked a dozen of marine biologists about this, and that's pretty much the answer they gave us.
There's a lot of life beyond algae and shellfish and so forth in the water, as you know. So
yeah, and there will necessarily be need to have to be like studies locally in each place that we will install our devices. But yeah, that's the basic answer, generic answer.
Okay, I think we're just about time. So thank you so much, Clément from WaveX. Please, everyone, give a big, warm round of applause. Fantastic. So those were the first 5 pitches of the evening. And we're going to take a little break now while our jury members take some notes too. So just a reminder for the jury members to be gradually taking notes on the papers that you should have been given at the start. And during our break, I'd love to bring up our 2023 winner, Jérémy Lucas, to the stage. Jérémy is a jury member this year, and he was the winner of the Ocean Pitch Challenge last year. Welcome, Jérémy. You can give a little applause for Jérémy. He was the winner. And if you get tired of clapping, you can also do the kelp wave if you're not familiar. That was something we were trying to do last year. So Jeremy, it's great to see you again. Welcome back. You need a mic. Can someone from the coulisses bring Jérémy a microphone? Ben, Okay, should make it get it. As you can see, we're very
That's perfect.
détendu this year about things. Great. So Paradoxal Surfboards was the winning team of the 2023 edition. Can you tell us more about your experience of the competition last year?
Yeah, that's a real pleasure to be there one more time, 1 year after the last competition. Definitely 2023 was the best year for paradoxal surfboards, and the Ocean Pitch Challenge was a really huge opportunity for me to develop the project really fast, connect with new people, create different opportunities for the business, and as well work with people with different knowledges. And I used to work as well during all the year 2023 with Jean-François Thau, my mentor, during 1 year to help me to develop the project, create the company as well. So that was a really good memory. And 1 year for the last competition in 2023, that was the first time that I was talking in English about my project. So that was a personal challenge for me again. But with a bit of work, everything is possible, isn't it? So today, for me, many things have happened since last year. And nowadays, we are developing the new prototypes. This is the old one, and at this moment, I'm preparing a new one. And for example, I applied for a patent a couple of weeks ago, and we're gonna go to start the first pre-orders of the surfboard for this summer, and hopefully get the first fundraising round for the end of this year, hopefully.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great experience, definitely.
Yes, that deserves a round of applause. I'm so glad to hear about all your success and the exciting things that you're up to these days. And can you share a little bit more about what it's like to work in the European ocean ecosystem or the French innovation ecosystem?
Yeah, there's a lot of innovations usually in France, in the world, for the preservation of the ecosystem. About this project, one word again about this project. For people who don't know what is paradoxal surfboards, it's a kind of new generation of surfboards. It consists by removing the petrol that you've got usually inside the surfboard. I mean, all of the surfboards in the world are in polystyrene or polyurethane. It's definitely petrol, and we've got petrol everywhere in the surf industry. The boards, the gloves, the boots, the hoods, leash, pads, everything is petroleum-based in the surf industry. And my mission consists just to make the surf industry more responsible for our beautiful ocean and for the biodiversity in general. So now I think the blue economy in general, it's definitely a good thing. I mean, but that way, you know, a couple of time ago, the French president, Emmanuel Macron, said on a video that 2025 will be the year of the ocean for France. And that's a really good thing for the blue economy in general. And I think we have to be aware about what's going to go to happen in the ecosystem in the next years for that.
Yes, absolutely. And in terms of giving advice to fellow ocean startups or founders out there, I know we have several of those people in the room today and watching online. What would be your advice to them and their journey to ocean restoration and to, you know, potentially scaling their project?
Yeah, if I've got a good advice for a startup in the first time, for my own, that was probably to consider sometime the antagonism that you can have between expertise, one part, and militancy. It's two different things, but the two of them have to work together. That's definitely important. And for me, for example, I'm more a militancy than a technical expertise. I mean, I know I need other people to work with me to develop a beautiful project that I have in my mind since maybe 6 years now, you know. But alone, nothing is possible. But if we can work together, make great things, create connection, and pay attention for what is happening around you. But sometimes with people who don't work, especially in the same areas or in the same kind of project. But just listening people for the good advices and the knowledges, that's a good thing. And for the startup in generally. And right now, I'm pretty much sure about for the investors, it's definitely a good thing to invest in the blue economy. I think everybody cares about the health of the ocean and the preservation of the biodiversity in general. So that's really important, I think so, for humanity to have this conversation of the ocean. For example, in my area in Brittany, in France, west part, it's an area which is surrounded by the oceans. So it's really important to consider that, the health of the ocean. And I'm pretty much sure that's a really good thing to have the real economy at the same time. I mean, doing business and doing good thing for the health of the ocean. That's really definitely a really good thing, I think so.
Absolutely. I think the audience is resonating with what you're saying, and absolutely, we need everyone to be part of it. We need more investors in the space, and we need multidisciplinary teams like your team and folks from all different backgrounds. If there's another message or a final message that you have to give our audience and the specific crowd here tonight, what would it be?
Oh, yeah, stay focused on paradoxal surfboards, because there's a really big news coming in a couple of weeks. We are preparing a new model with a new technology in the surfboard again, with a new material again. For the new material, the first one is made with sargassum. It's like seaweed from, Martinique, Guadeloupe. And the next one, we're gonna go to do it with fishing nets. So from a whole fishing nets. It's a pretty good innovation for the project, and we're gonna go to start the first pre-orders for this summer, and hopefully the first fundraising round for the end of this year, hopefully.
Wow, fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Jeremy.
Yeah, thank you for listening. And if you got any questions, just talk after that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, please do talk to Jeremy while he's here in person with us. He's incredible. And to follow what he's doing, you mentioned paradoxal surfboards. You have an Instagram too and website? Yes. Everything. Great. You can find him on the internet. Great. Thank you. Without further ado, we're going to transition to the second part of pitching. And for people sitting down, whether on your computers or in the room, I'm going to encourage you to just get up for 1 second and with me, do a little kelp wave. I know it looks silly, but I think, just for the energy in the room, I know it's after 5 p.m. We're waiting for the cocktail. We want some beers. We want some food. But while we wait, the best thing to do is to just circulate energy through the body. Yes, great. Look like fools. That's the best way, I think. Humor wakes people up. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. And I hope those joining us virtually took a moment to get up as well. Great. And I see people waving. Yay. Good. So more folks are joining. Good. Thank you. Now, please rejoin your seats and we'll move into the next phase of our pitching with our 6th finalist of the evening. We have Benjamin, who represents Aul Bio. Benjamin, you have the floor.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Coral reefs are vital to our ocean and survival. 25% of all ocean life depends on reefs. 3 billion people rely on them for income and nourishment around the world. However, climate change is collapsing ocean biodiversity at a rapid pace. 50% of coral reefs are dead, and 90% will die in the next 20 years. Current coral restoration is desperately needed for rebuilding degraded ecosystems, but they cannot keep pace with the rapid loss of coral reef. So at Aul Bio, we create coral microbiome boosters, or CMBs, to protect the world's coral reefs. CMBs are isolated bacteria from resilient wild coral that can provide the rest of the coral reef immunity from specific environmental threats, such as ocean warming, ocean acidification, marine diseases, and even pollution. Our first-to-market CMB prevents heat-induced coral bleaching, which is the most significant threat to coral reefs globally. It increases coral reef resilience by 4 degrees Celsius at least, is 5 times cheaper than current coral restoration approaches, is the only solution that preserves wild coral, and is safe for the surrounding ecosystem. So our business model is a light touch service where we sell our treatment service and produce CMBs in a central location, where we rely on our regional coral restoration partners to manage the direct CMB deployment in the environment, where we offer a yearly treatment service at $70,000 per hectare of reef at a 40% profit margin. So since we've launched our company last year, we have seen strong commercial demand for CMBs, securing 6 MOUs for market pilots around the world, the first 2 occurring this year in Mexico and Florida, $200,000 in commitments for CMB services, and 10 additional deals in discussion, including 3 with international hotel brands. Saving the world's coral reefs is a billion-dollar market opportunity. We're treating just the world's highest value coral reefs equates to a $2.8 billion market. We're a team of passionate scientists and engineers from the likes of researchers at NASA to Emmy Award-winning marketers. And we believe we can bring this solution to the world. But saving our oceans is a monumental challenge, and we need the community's help. So please reach out so we can work to protect the world's coral reefs together.
Great. Thank you so much, Aul Bio. Please give a round of applause. Wonderful. Now we've got 2 minutes on the clock for jury members to ask their burning questions. Got a question over here. And for anyone who hasn't asked questions yet, please also encourage you to jump in.
Well, I'd like to understand a bit better how the bacteria operates to boost the coral reef. And what to prevent microbiome disruption in the ocean.
Yeah, so you're asking, how does the treatment impact the native microbiomes? Is that correct? Yeah, so we create a group of a handful of different microbes that have been selected to install benefits to the coral. So when this is, say, treated on the coral surface, it rearranges its microbiome so that it installs this increased heat resiliency through a couple different mechanisms. One, it degrades waste products that cause stress to the coral and damage to the coral. It protects, it increases the, production of stress factors that allow the coral to just be able to withstand those higher temperatures, as well as provide some level of solar protection as well by producing compounds that can block levels of, UV radiation.
I have a question on the price tag. I wanted to know what is the willingness to pay of the market currently for another restoration process, I would say.
Yeah, for that price tag, it's very, very feasible. So we've seen lots of interest from not just large resource management organizations, but also from lots of businesses, which typically do not contribute towards coral restoration. That's what we're trying to unlock here, where any coastal properties or tourism organization on these tropical coastlines, which are extremely valuable, can buy into these services and protect the coral reefs in front of their properties in collaboration, with their local restoration partner. So we've seen lots of interest from a couple big hotel brands.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Please give a round of applause for Aul Bio.
Thank you.
Great. Next up, our 7th finalist is Dr. Cornelius Lamif from Blue Seafood. Cornelius, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you for having us at this great pitch challenge. I would like to ask you if these fish fingers here in the picture could be the future of food. And the problem with the current fish industry is that we have big overfishing problems or animal cruelty with bycatch per year with 3 trillion of animals, or the pollution which is coming with the fish industry. So we need an alternative or solution in this case, and this can be cultivation. How does it work? So in a one-time process, so without GMO, we source fish samples, isolate stem cells, and establish a cell line. And then with this cell line and media consisting out of natural ingredients, we put them into a fermenter, so a bioreactor, and let the cells grow. So, and then we can harvest after a time a cell mass, and out of that we create fish fingers. Right now they are hybrid products, so part of that is real animal protein, and the other part is plant-based proteins. So this technology works completely and has only, you can say, advantages. We talk from a win-win-win technology, so ethically correct, more efficient, more sustainable, healthier because it's no microplastic or heavy metals inside, and of course the same taste because it's not a compromise, it's a real fish. And this great team stands behind. We have a funding with 23 million euro, are based here in Hamburg, and we are 34 people, experts. 12 of them have a PhD in their discipline, and from 13 different nations. And we will start at the end of this year in Singapore with our first coming when we have the approval. So I can say the future, or if these fish fingers are the future, I can definitely see they will be the future because the technology and the stuff behind is too good.
Thank you. Thank you, Cornelius. Making our childhood dreams come true with new fish fingers. If I'd known this when I was
yes.
Wonderful. So now for the 2 minutes of jury questions. Yes, Lisa.
Thanks a lot for the presentation. I guess the obvious question is about the regulation and what market is currently open for that type of product, and how do you see the future as well, especially in the EU, which can be a bit more stringent, I think, in terms of opening the market for food for human.
Yeah, so concerning fish, we would be the pioneer in this case, the pioneer in Europe and the world. But cell-based cultivated chicken is already on the market. So they have regulatory approval in Singapore and the US, and we will follow these guys. So we will start in Singapore. The thing is, you can compare everything with the photovoltaic industry 40 years ago. So the technology is completely working. The challenge will be the scaling right now. But that will be a question of time and not the question of will it work? It will work. And yeah, so hopefully we will get the approval at the end of this year, otherwise at the beginning of next year in Singapore. And then European Union, that is always a big problem. They are a little bit lazy in this case, even if we are a German and European-based company. Hopefully we will have it in 3 years, but so we will focus now the Singapore market and the US market first.
Okay, we have one more question.
Yes, it's the end of fishing.
Sorry?
It's the end of fishing.
I wouldn't say that. Maybe the end of the convenient fish products like fish fingers, fish balls, and so on. I can't imagine that will be just a plus. So of course the human being will fish until the end of human being, but I think there will be the market is so big, and for these fish fingers, there would be a replacement quite good.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Blue Seafood. Everyone, round of applause, please. Wonderful. Our next finalist is Damien. Oh, we are going to be going with John Mary later. Straight to Damien Demour with Subsea Quieter.
Dear ocean lovers, offshore wind will present a new Eldorado to tackle our CO2 emissions. That's why it's planned to install 35 more offshore wind farms than today. That's going to become a lot of human colonization on the animal sea land. To discover one of their main impact, let's play a little immersive experiences. Really painful, isn't it? And it's only a few seconds compared with up to 4,000 blows for a single pile driving. And even noise propagates in water 4 times faster than in air and up to thousands of kilometers. Indeed, pile driving emits underwater noises at the listening frequencies of almost all species, but at much higher level. To simplify, that's more in equivalent that human pain threshold and even reaches immediate physical damage threshold. For human, we've got a solution. Above 45 dB, it's even compulsory. No way for animals. That's why Grande has developed the Subsea Quieter, a flexible, inflatable membrane derivated for 70 years of acoustic discussion of French submarine, a cutting-edge deep tech to serve usefully aquatic ecosystems. 2 patents protect our technology. Subsea Quieter is highly effective with a reduction of 94 to 99.9% of noise water pressure level. It's not just theory, it's become real. We pushed our technology up to tier level 6 early this year on this market of around 500 million euros per year. Subsea Quieter has many advantages for our customers: efficiency, flexibility, resistance, and even a lower price, certainly. But it's also and mostly an impactful solution. With SSQ, we will protect 1.2 billion cubic meters of seas. Our solution is already recognized, including the prestigious AAC Fund. We also signed a GIP with 3 big players, and we are discussing with 5 others. But we still need to buzz it in order to raise it. Indeed, we are looking for a new GIP partner and for fundraising of 10 million euros. And that's where you have today the power to make a difference. Help us to bring back to life the word of silence so dear to Captain Cousteau. Let's hear one of our ambassadors. No doubt that you would prefer this inspiring melody. Be sure that them also.
Thank you. That's all the time that we have. Thank you. Thank you, Subsea Quieter. Now for questions from our jury members.
Thanks a lot, Damien, for the presentation. Maybe about alternatives. I think there is a technology with bubbles. So how do you compare with that one?
In fact, the current situation is to use bubble curtain with an average efficiency of 4 or 5 times lower than Earth, and a cost up to 15 to 20 million euros per wind farm. And with a lot of difficulty when you got huge current or huge depth, they are not efficient at all, so they cannot be used. They cannot also be used for jacket foundation. So all these drawbacks are explained by the fact that the regulation is fairly new, because it's only around 10 years that it exists some regulation around underwater noises. So technology are not good enough, and so our solution is pretty better, whatever in terms of efficiency, cost, and of course the capability to resist to strong current and strong wave and depth.
What is the material that you use for the membrane, and how does it react with salt and other aspects of seawater?
Yeah, it's a 3D fabric, a drop stitch one, I know for the people who know, made with PVC coatings and PTU. And this introduces a change of impedance. It's inflated membrane, so you've got air inside, 3 centimeters thickness of air that introduces this change of impedance. Also, there are meta-acoustic material effect inside, and also capability to deform in order to consume the energy of underwater noise. And to answer to your second question, it was designed to resist to at least 5 or 6 coastal or offshore walks duration. And we've got an ongoing PhD with the Instad Bretagne that is working in order to improve this duration of life without any release of material into the sea.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Subsea Quieter. Yes, please give a round of applause. Wonderful. So unfortunately, one of our finalists isn't able to join. So our next pitch will be the final pitch of the evening, and we will be going straight into the pitch from Intersect. Alessandro, you have the floor. Please give a warm welcome to Alessandro.
Hello, everybody. Most of us eat farmed fish, which is the cleanest source of animal protein in terms of CO2 emissions. But how are fish feeds made? Still today, the best protein in aquaculture is fish meal that is derived from ocean catch, and fish farmers rely heavily on it. But the fish meal era is ending because of overfishing. Oceans are almost empty, and this is a natural disaster. It is also an economic disaster because the price of fish meal is spiking, and it's becoming a problem for fish farmers. So Intersect solves both these problems at once by producing fish meal that doesn't need the catching of fish from the ocean. But how do we do that? We replicate the nutritional profile of fish meal through extracting and combining proteins from insects and agriculture's byproducts. We are not insect farmers. We are a biotech with a patent-pending treatment that produces a 60% protein meal with high added value. Our protein meal is very similar to fish meal, and this is why we stand high in digestibility and low in price, making it a very valuable replacement as opposed to only plant-based proteins or only single-cell proteins. For this reason, we were able to produce in the past 12 months over 200,000 euros worth of feed for trout, sea bream, and sturgeon. We've had 22 clients for the first time in the past 12 months, among which the largest exporter of caviar in the world. And now we're sold out, meaning that we need to expand our facilities to keep reaching the orders. But why do so many fish farmers choose us? Because who uses Intersect lowers their production costs and increases their margins, because their fish grows faster and healthier, and it's reduced in mortality. But the reason why we really do it is for the ocean. We're proud to say that in 2023, we were able to protect 3.5 million fishes from ocean catch that would otherwise go into aquaculture feeds. This is possible thanks to a team that is skilled in marine biology, fish nutrition, and food technology, and also by our business department, which has a European outreach. With the support of our first-in-class blue economy investors and advisors, we are going into our next big challenge, which is an ingredient for salmon feed. This will bring us to the next level of development into building in 2027 a large production plant for sustainable proteins, which will make us become the global leader for sustainable fish meal replacement. The start is 2.5 round, which is already partially funded. So we welcome on board our journey towards sustainable aquaculture. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Intersect.
Thank you.
Moving straight into questions from our jury members.
I was wondering about your go-to-market strategy in a market which is heavily dominated by large players, thinking of, Cargill and all of that guy, especially for the salmon industry, which tends to be quite conservative in terms of switching habits.
Indeed, well, the large producers of feed are actually constantly looking into new proteins that can replace fish meal. There is a shortage of fish meal. Fish meal is very expensive. There are big issues linked to the decrease of fish meal in feeds. So we are in talks with all the major feed producers to give them our ingredient to be able to partner up and make feed at their facilities for the fish farmers, especially for Norway.
Wonderful. We have time for another question. No other questions? Maybe there's a question from the audience. Another question.
What is your price target in terms of market price compared to fish meal?
When we reach the economy of scale, we will be almost comparable to fish meal, so between 5 and 10% more expensive max. So we also expect fish meal to get more and more expensive. So this will basically make our life easier in terms of product pricing.
Big round of applause for Intersect. Thank you, Alessandro. Great job. Wow, the time really flies by. We have listened to all the pitches. So can we, I know you've been applauding a lot, but I just think we need to honor this moment. Congratulations, the finalists of the grand finale. You made it. And now the jury members will be deliberating their scores together. And so if the jury members would like to go to the deliberation room, secret deliberation room. And while we have our jury members doing that, tallying the final scores, we're going to hear from Vincent Dumizet. Have the pleasure of inviting him to stage. Vincent Dumizet is a senior ocean advisor at the UN Global Compact and a leader of the seaweed revolution. You'll probably recognize him from his best-selling book of the same name. And so today he's going to be talking about the importance of plankton. Over to you, Vincent. Oh. Yes. And also, if you haven't voted yet, this is your last reminder. Okay, sounds good. So if you haven't taken the screenshot yet of the QR code or scanned it, this is the time. You saw the finalists. Your vote matters. Your vote counts. So excited to see what the public's vote will be. And I'm being told that we need a minute before you start. So I did prepare some ocean jokes in case we needed time. So I'm just going to leave you with a few because, they're fun. So this is an easy one. This is going to be interactive. So I want you to guess. What did the ocean say to the shore? That's right. Nothing. They just waved. Exactly. Okay, one last one because I'm seeing some smiles and that makes me happy. So this one may be weird if you don't know what the food item, okay, I'm giving a little hint what this is, but why do seagulls never fly over the bay? Any guesses? Because then they would be called bagels. Okay, great. That one's really for the bagel fans, New York bagels. Thank you. I don't do stand-up, as you could have probably guessed. And now we're ready for Vincent.
Thank you very much. So you made, I mean, for those of you who knows me at the seaweed revolution ambassador somehow, I'd just like to reassure all of you, I'm not deserting the seaweed for plankton. I can do both, and as a living proof, I'm actually also a jury for tonight, so I can do both, you know. So I mean, to me, this Plankton Manifesto, this need for a Plankton Manifesto came from my seaweed experience, because nothing grows in isolation. And each time I was meeting with seaweed producers that were trying to seaweed farmers, they were facing some kind of invisible world that was there to prevent things to happen as they want. I mean, some in France were facing a bloom of zooplankton, of gasteropods that were destroying the entire production. Some other in the US, they were facing a big bloom of phytoplankton that were depleting the area of nutrients, preventing seaweed to grow, and so forth. So once again, nothing grows in isolation, and there's something even lower in terms of trophic level in the ocean than seaweed, and that's plankton, basically. And plankton may well be a very, very strong potential solution to address the triple planetary crisis plus the social crisis. You know that for sure. So why UN is getting interested into plankton? Because plankton appears to be, and we'll get further into that, a very interesting ally to address the SDGs, but is currently absent of any global discussion. I mean, who heard of plankton tonight? No one. I mean, we actually discussed a lot about them. Coral, it's all about plankton. Coral is living in symbiosis with microalgae. I mean, when you want to restore coral, you have to restore these microalgae that are supporting them. So that's the basis of everything. So everything we discussed was relative to plankton, but we have not said anything. Why? Because we don't know much. Blue food, blue carbon, blue economy, there's not a single word about plankton. I went to COP, not a single word about plankton. And it's quite crazy when you hear, I mean, that 99% of the biological carbon pump is based on plankton. So once again, a lot of solution, and we need to understand them better, because so far, we don't know the rules of the game. So in order to do that, as we did for the Seaweed Manifesto, we brought together with our nice UN flag, under the nice UN flag, some of the best and most recognized experts from all over the world, in order to build like a basis for what we know about plankton, what could be the potential solution, and what it is, first of all. So this manifesto will be unveiled and launched at the next UN General Assembly in September, with a great support, and there will be a road to UNOC 2025 and beyond, of course. So here is the list of people we worked with for the last 5 months to build this 15 pages documentary, 15 document that is quite complicated because it's a very, very complex topic, actually. What is plankton? Plankton has terraformed the planet. So everything we have today is based on plankton. The pyramid here in Gizeh, they are made in dead plankton. These Etretat and Dover cliffs, they are made in dead plankton. When you walk on the Mont Blanc, you are walking on dead plankton. I mean, petroleum is just sedimented plankton. Every year, we burn 1 million years of sedimented plankton out of our fuel consumption. That's quite massive. The chalks we were using at school is just pure dead plankton. Everything we are using is made of dead plankton. And it's still, more importantly, it's still critical to Earth's biochemical processes. Oxygen cycle. I mean, we know plankton has created somehow 50% of the oxygen we breathe. It's critical to the water systems. Potable water, I mean, water is potable because there's a rice mix of plankton. There's plankton in ocean water, but also in fresh water. Carbon, of course, we mentioned plankton is 99% of the biological carbon pump in the ocean and 99% of what sequesters carbon in the ocean. Nitrogen, plankton recycle as much nitrogen as all the land plants, actually. So they are essential to everything we have on this planet, but we don't know them at all. They are visible from space. Look at this picture. And that's quite important because so far we had no way to understand where they were and what they were doing, how they were evolving. But now we can look them from space. I mean, the NASA has a great program in order to develop our understanding about plankton, because we can, and that's one of the key innovation that will unlock the potential for this type of organism, is that we can look at them. So far they were invisible, now they become somehow visible. And that's quite important. More importantly, plankton is the origin of any life on the planet. We know that the first living cell that exists on this planet was the one we call Luca, or last unique common ancestor, which is the ancestor for every form of life, was in the ocean, and then it evolved from there. So there's 3.5 billion years ago, bacteria and microalgae developed somehow in the ocean, and they moved on land gradually, very slowly. Only 500 million years ago, they really moved on land with the Cambrian explosion, the life explosion during the Cambrian era. That's very, I mean, at the end of the day, you may think life on land is just something quite new and maybe not long-lasting, in the end. But more importantly, if you want to repair this life on our planet, you need to start with the basis of the ecosystem. I mean, when you repair or when you restore your house, you don't start with the roof. You start with the foundation of your house. If you want to repair life on our planet, we have to start with the foundation. And once again, this foundation, we don't know the rules of the game. We don't know how it operates. We don't know how it interacts, and so forth. So who are they? First of all, they are 90%, if there's one figure to remember, they are 90% of the ocean biomass. We talk about corals, we talk about seaweed, we talk about whales, we talk about dolphins. All of this together, and shellfish and every other form of life, is less than 10% of the biomass in the ocean. So most of the biomass in the ocean is invisible, and because it's invisible, no one talks about it. When you think that a liter of seawater is there's no one in there, there's trillions of organisms. If you take a drop of water, it's millions of life forms. So they are beautiful, first of all. There's many different types of them. This copepod that you see here, there's more, it's one type of zooplankton, so we'll come to what is plankton. This is one type of zooplankton, copepod. There's more copepod than you have insect on the planet today. So that's massive. Once again, it's massive. We tend to, I mean, if you look at what we call protists, we'll come back to this, which is one type of plankton. The biomass in the ocean, just for protists, is equivalent to the biomass of animal in the ocean. And who knows about protists here? No one. No one ever heard about this word. Which should be, I mean, we should talk about protists just like we talk about elephant or dolphin at school, but no one cares. So once again, it's quite a fascinating word. They are very different to everything we know, actually, and they are very, very big in terms of size and diversity. If you take the virus, which are part of the plankton, if you take the smallest virus, which is very, very, very small, but let's say is the size of a needle diameter, then the biggest plankton would be the size of Great Britain. So we are talking about a very, very wide range of organisms in terms of size, which is why it's also very complex. Indeed, the longest plankton, because plankton is anything that does not go against the current, that is drifting. It comes from the Greek drifting. So siphonophore, 60 meters long, the longest animal of the planet, is a plankton. So once again, it's a bit of everything there, so it's very hard. If you look at the chain somehow, you see that some plankton are animals. We call them zooplankton. It's a mistake somehow, but we call them zooplankton. Some are microalgae or plant-like, but most are both of them. Indeed, most of plankton, the one we call the protists or mixoplankton, are both animal and vegetals. They do not abide by this classification we have on land, meaning that they do photosynthesis, they convert the sunlight into biomass, and they eat other organisms in the meantime. They are both animal and vegetals. And most of them are also neither of them. They are virus, they are archaea, which is the oldest type of organism on the planet with bacteria. They are bacteria, they are fungi. So they are the wide range in the plankton community. It's very hard to silo them or to classify them because, once again, the life below water is way more complex than anything we know on land. And we don't know them at all. Plankton is the basis of the world food chain. Of course, that's what turns the sunlight into biomass. Phytoplankton, which is eaten by zooplankton and which is then ending up feeding the whales. So just one figure to remember as well, with 1 ton of phytoplankton, you have 100 grams of carnivorous fish. So when you eat 100 grams of tuna, you are eating 1 ton of phytoplankton somehow. Phytoplankton is by far the most productive biomass on the planet. It gets regenerated in 5 days. So meaning that the primary production in the ocean gets regenerated in average in 5 days. On land, 10 years. So we are talking about something that grows very, very fast. If you make a plank of wood of 30 centimeters wide out of phytoplankton, every day we would produce a plank of wood that would go from the Earth to the planet, to the moon. So they are reproducing massively fast. So of course they are doing a lot of things, but we are doing a lot of things to them as well. Here you see the human impact. So of course pollution is impacting them. Sea level rise, temperature rise, ocean acidification, deoxygenation, freshening, the maritime transport, the infrastructure we put in the ocean, the fishing, tourism, aquaculture, deep ocean trawling, deep ocean mining, all of this is impacting plankton. Plankton will not disappear. It will remain. I mean, we may disappear, but they will remain. But they may be very different. And if they become very different, then we will disappear. Because we are here because of the right mix of plankton communities. If they change, they will stop or they will reduce their carbon absorption. They will stop providing the right food to the fish, which will either die or become toxic for all of us. And that's the end of it. So once again, I mean, plankton is so important for everything, and everything we do is having an impact on plankton. And we don't know the rules of the game at all. So so important to understand that. When it comes to carbon cycle, ocean absorb 90% of excess heat on the planet and 30% of the carbon dioxide. So, and plankton, once again, represent 99% of the biological carbon pump in the ocean. And the limiting factor is mostly the presence of iron and nutrients in the ocean, because plankton gets fed with nutrients. So there was, I like this quote, and we know that plankton is connected to each of every ice age over the history of our planet. So there's a quote from Woodsall Oceanographic Lab: "Give me half a tanker of iron and I will give you an ice age," because then plankton will proliferate and sink massively carbon in the deep ocean, which may end up. And the other way, if plankton goes wrong, it can end up very, very badly for all of us. HABs, harmful algal blooms, are already destroying, generating $6 billion of loss every year. Their proliferation prevent tourism activity, prevent fishing, prevent aquaculture, and so forth. Proliferation, I mean, if I have to place my bet on some type of organism to become the next dominant on this planet, I would go for jellyfish. You see some of them here. Jellyfish, they are part of the plankton. They have survived the 5 mass extinction. They are one among the only organisms that survive the 5 of them. They are thriving and they love our pollution. They love the global warming. They love our plastics because they hide from predators. And when their predators are eating plastic, then they disappear, and the jellyfish are happy about it. And they love overfishing because we get rid of their predator. So jellyfish bloom everywhere, more and more. It will continue. That's typically the disruption that we are generating. That's a visible disruption of what we are seeing with plankton. So you may enjoy eating jellyfish, but I'm not sure it will last very long either. So hopefully there is some good news. There is some good news because we have tools to better understand plankton. I mean, and that's a game changer. So far, plankton, I mean, the world comes from the 17th century. That's where we started to understand that no, fishes were not growing by themselves out of the sunlight. They were eating something invisible. And then it was very slow. But now we have satellite, we have genomics, we have AI, we have autonomous survey, we have like moorings and nets and CP and constant plankton recorder. especially over the last 10 years, with the development of genomics and satellite and AI, we've seen a rapid growth of our understanding of plankton. I mean, there was an expedition, Tara, who started 20 years ago. We were working a lot with them. There were mission to identify and to characterize virus in the ocean. When they left 15 years ago, there was 50 virus identified, 50, in the ocean. We have now more than 500,000. We have discovered 150 million new genes in the ocean over the last 10 years. 150 million new genes. We have 20,000 genes in our human being body. So imagine what it is. So we have discovered 100,000 new microalgae. This is unlocking an unlimited potential for innovation and for preservation of what we have. So there is still solution, but we need to activate them. We need to develop them. So there's a lot of future innovation if we know it right. I mean, plankton, there's so much organism that we don't know about. I mean, they can do, we've seen some diatoms, for instance. Diatoms, they are one of the most abundant plankton. They are 20% of the oxygen we breathe is made out of diatom. Diatoms, they have the capacity to create a silica shell around them. They create some kind of glass at 0 or 4 degrees Celsius. With our big brain, we can only create glass at 1,500 degrees Celsius. So there's a lot to learn from them. There's a lot, of course, of bioactive to preserve our body, to support health and so forth. I mean, you all know spirulina, which is one type of plankton. They can be superfood. A lot of them. They can, some planktonic bacteria can degrade plastic and destroy plastic very actively. They can protect corals, as we've seen with this coral booster, which are just bacteria, and this is planktonic bacteria most likely. So there's an unlimited potential for industrial innovation as well out of plankton, and that's why it's so exciting as well. That's not the end of the day, but we need to learn how to understand them better because we don't know them. So that's why we've launched all this Plankton Manifesto story. And at the end of the day, we think that plankton-based solution can really address the triple planetary crisis, so climate change, pollution, biodiversity loss. Because a positive outcome from an healthy plankton community will be better marine ecosystem, supporting fisheries and aquaculture, climate change mitigation, restoring biodiversity, depollution process, cleaning water, and boosting the water cycle, because plankton also boosts the production of rains and clouds. It will be a very good indicator, so we can understand where we are and how the ocean react to this massive bioengineering experience, geoengineering experience that we are leading, which is called climate change, and understand better how it reacts and what will be the rules of the game tomorrow. Restoring water cycle and industrial opportunities. There's a lot of positive outcome if we do it right, but we have to do it right. And to do it right, we have to understand the complexity of this invisible world. And we are really just starting about this. And it's funny because if you think about it, the age of enlightenment, which generates this first explosion of the exploration of the scientific advancement, was based on the exploration of the visible world back in the 17th century. That's where everything massively advanced. And now it's time, I think, in the 21st century to explore the real fundamental of everything, which is the invisible world. This plankton committee is connecting everything. This is creating this Gaia, this single organism that we call the planet Earth, because it connects every form of life together. And that comes back from the very, very first time of life on our planet. So once again, I mean, we can push something very strong out of it. We need to understand the rules of this new game. I mean, plankton is the core engine of life on our planet. And if we want to save it, life on our planet, we need to work around plankton. So we will have this Plankton Manifesto launched at the UN Assembly next September, and we hope it will trigger more interest, create some kind of advocacy for this topic, because once again, we need to voice the potential for plankton. There's a few links you can follow here, and you are all, of course, all of you welcome to support this new journey with plankton. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Vincent. That was really inspiring, and I will remember that the plankton is the core engine to life on the planet, and it existed for all of the ice ages. And there's 200,000 microalgae and 90% of bioplastic solutions. Wow, pretty impressive. Well, please speak to Vincent after at the cocktail. He will be there. And now we'll be moving into our special prize winners. So before the jury members will share the results. And yeah, jury members, feel free to come into the room and get back seated again. So for our first special prize, I'd like to invite Alain Pivot to announce the special prize of biodiversity. Alain, you're there you are. Good to see you again.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much. Many thanks for the moment to Sustainable Ocean Alliance and Respect Ocean for associating the French Biodiversity Agency for this very inspired event. So I would like to extend my warmest thanks to all the participants who have all committing their resources and energy to protect our ocean. So once again, this year we have a hard time choosing between projects that are rich in human and ecological progress for life. We select the winner of the Special Biodiversity Prize on the basis of 4 criteria: priority for avoidance and reduction impact. In the present case, we find a good solution to avoid underwater noise, importance of the impact controlled, the ability to deploy the solution worldwide, and a positive project life cycle analysis. So the French Biodiversity Agency had therefore chosen to award the Special Biodiversity 2024 prize for the development of a system for reducing the impact of marine industrial noise, considering that the approach ingeniously and effectively tackles one of the greatest pressure on the marine environment. So we have decided to choose the Damien solution. Congratulations. Yeah.
Actually, sorry. Do you mind if I grab the mic? Oops, sorry. Damien, en coulisses, oui. Please come. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you a lot for selecting us. That's true that it's a very important issue, and the water noise for mammals, but also all species are sensitive to noises. So that's a very impactful noises that perhaps you have suffered. Hope you have suffered, but not too much. Just for information, it was 1,000 lower power than the real one into the sea. But if we were able to put it, unfortunately, most of you were died. So that's a very important noise, and that's a very important issue to protect animals against this noise that we created on the ecosystem. So thank you a lot for this. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Great, and thank you, Alain. And now I'd like to invite Alain Renaudin from Nous Conseil to present our Bio Inspiration Special Prize.
Thank you very much. Yes, we have a special prize for bio-inspired innovation. We are very happy to be a partner of this prize once again. And I'm very happy to I don't know, they are here or no, you don't know. We will, we could use noise on a benefit way, and the prize will be for OC Tech and Theta Saver. It's a bio-inspired acoustic device that sends a message to, for example, dolphins, to alert of danger because there is a net somewhere and there is a risk of death. So I love this idea that we can try to communicate with animals, and we can try to use a language to help them to avoid the net, because the objective is to reduce the cetaceans, the dolphins, bycatch, by fishing. So the idea is just we can try to alert them, we can try to speak with them, so we can try to share the same language. So they have developed this acoustic bio-inspired device, and we are very happy to give this special prize with Newcorp, Biomim Expo, and Cebios. Oh, you are there. Thank you very much. And you are very welcome, because our prize is to offer you an exhibitor space at Biomim Expo, which is a big event on bio-inspired innovation and biomimicry. It's in 2 weeks, June 11 and June 12, here in Paris, and it will be the biggest Biomim Expo we have ever done. So you are very welcome.
Thank you for this prize. I'm coming here with my hands in my pocket. Aurélie Dubois invited me 2 weeks ago. So thank you. And you say all the description of the beacon with this new signal biosphere. And I want to also say special thanks to the partner who works since the beginning of the adventure, Yves Rémer with Yves Legal and Marie Ponchard, Bastien Mérigot from the Montpellier University, and the departmental agency with Virginie Lagarde, and all the team of Ocean Technology, and my wife who support me all the day. So thank you for this prize, and I see you in 2 weeks on the Biomim Expo. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Bravo. Bravo. Merci.
Merci. Thank you so much. Great. So for context, in case you missed this, these special prizes were for all of the applicants, so not just from the finalist teams. So next, I'd like to invite back to stage Vincent Dumisère for our special seaweed prize.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So I'm very happy to give the special prize for seaweed. The prize, a very specific prize, but was designed. Yes, cool.
Physical prizes.
Very specific one, and we designed it specifically. So cheers to Azedine, and I'm glad to. So I should announce it. So that's it. Aha! I'm glad to award it to Algolesco and Timothée. We should be around here. Timothée, here you are.
There he is, running down the stairs.
So the biggest farm in Europe, biggest seaweed farm in Europe, and one of the real pioneers in this world, and one of the brave that is actually delivering and implementing the seaweed revolution in his daily life. I have a very specific gift for you as a winner. So you have first the prize, which is made from notre, and a very nice book as well for kids or for young adults, as we know how the seaweed can save the world. So just released last week. So yeah, just for you.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, I'm Timothy Siraz. I'm represent the society Algolesco, and thank you for your trust. We are working since 10 years now, so I'm thinking a lot of the team. We are 15 individuals, passionate and determined to prove that seaweed farming in Europe is possible, and we have very nice quality water. And you know, for a good seaweed, you need nice water. So, and did you know that in the world, seaweed farming represents 35 millions of tons, and in Europe it's 600. So now we are ready, Algolesco, and we are ready to scale up. And
you are half of it, but
yeah. So we have a nice development to go. Thank you very much.
And I was on their farm a month ago, and I lost some of your material, but I'm sorry.
Yes.
The tea was very rough, but it's very impressive and how fast you are learning and growing, and we are really seeing this seaweed revolution in implementation.
Yeah, seaweed is good for your health. It's good for the environment, and it's good to eat. So come and join us.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much. Congratulations. That little picture up. Yes. That was wonderful. Congratulations. Wonderful. Thank you. Well, seaweed is definitely a theme tonight. I'm getting hungry, actually. That would be nice to have some seaweed snacks. It seems to have collected a lot of mics in the process. So we've got another special prize coming up. I'd like to invite Marie-Noëlle Tinet from Cluster Maritime and Jean-François Thau from Marangel to announce the special prize for France. Oh, yes. The French greetings. Hermes in here.
Okay, so thanks to our 20 startups financed since 2021, amongst which 5 joined the French Tech, the new French Tech Blue Index created by the French Maritime Cluster. Marangel and the French Maritime Cluster are very proud to deliver this French Solution Special Prize. We have talked a lot during all this evening, end of the afternoon, about protecting our oceans and their ecosystem, and but also, and that's also why I think it's important for the French Maritime Clusters. We have also seen that it's important to support maritime activity development, like, for example, the very ambitious French wind farm plan. So with its disruptive innovation, the Subsea Quieter, their amazing underwater noise reduction membrane, again, second prize and second special prize. We are very proud again to award with this special prize the company Grande.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So, and you see, we decided specially for you, and just a last one. We hope this trophy will keep Grande afloat for long. Okay? So congratulations.
Wonderful. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you a lot, and thank you a lot to the Cluster Maritime Français, because you created this Blue Index, and we were one of the first selection among all of them. So it's very nice for us to be inside this Blue Index and to provide that you provide us some support. So thank you a lot.
And we are very proud because you are also the French, a member of the French Maritime Cluster. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Bravo. Thank you so much. And then for photo, yeah, maybe just take a pose over the quick photo, maybe in front, just so we can see you better. Yeah. It's perfect. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Daniel. Wonderful. So for our final special prize, I'd like to invite my colleague, Matt, who is calling in from California. And so he'll be joining virtually. Hi, Matt. How's it going?
Hey,
He's our Chief
everyone.
Investment Officer.
And congratulations to all of the finalists here today. Thank you so much for having me. Jessica and Ben, thank you for organizing this on the SOA side as well. So one of the groups that didn't end up in the top 10 finalists, but really impressive, we thought, from an ocean impact perspective as well as an investment perspective, was PeerSight. And this is a group making a constellation of satellites to monitor the Earth's ocean, as well as the activities happening on it. So the real big focus is on illegal fishing to start. As you know, there are thousands of boats out there illegally fishing within marine protected areas and taking other countries' fish out of their waters. This is a huge issue for the ocean, and they do want to have a focus specifically on that. So you can think of them as creating a constellation of cameras, a CCTV, if you will, for monitoring the ocean in real time, in very close to real time within a few minutes. So they can actually stop some illegal activity, ocean oil dumping, illegal fishing, and otherwise. And we do have Vinit here as well, the CEO who's just joined us. So some of the other aspects that we really liked from an investability standpoint was a very large total available market, really thriving market in the space industry. The cost for getting these satellites up has gone down dramatically. It's only a few $100,000s to launch some of these CubeSats now. So it's not as exorbitant to get them up there. And it covers so many ocean industries as well. You can do maritime efficiency, you can do illegal fishing, the oil dumping, as I said, but also the big data side of this is applicable to many different industries that would be willing to pay potentially for the service. So we think this has a lot of scalability. They did raise a $6.6 million seed round recently, mainly from investors in Bangalore, India. It's like the Silicon Valley of India. And thank you for staying up late, I believe, if you're tuning in right now from India as well, Vinit. Yeah, so those are just some of the aspects. Tony Long as well, one of the judges on this, who's at Global Fishing Watch, gave this very high marks also. They set up the platform that monitored the ocean historically and showed that there's all of this illegal fishing activity happening around the world. So now the opportunity is catching people in the act, doing illegal activities, harming our ocean, and helping governments and other groups actually stop these activities. So huge congratulations to PeerSight. We'd love to consider you guys for investment as well as acceptance into the EcoBrenner network if you guys are interested.
Congratulations.
My virtual handing off of that trophy.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And Vinny, if you'd like to say a few words, we're so glad that you could join us virtually.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot for this recognition. Yeah, I'm joining in from India, so it's a little late out here, but really appreciate this recognition. And I think a lot more support needed from the whole ecosystem as we are building these satellites and deploying them to solve the problems related to oceans, which are like 70% of our Earth. And there is very little information, real-time information available about these oceans. So thanks for this recognition and looking for all support to deploy these satellites.
Well, congratulations, Vinny. And we're so glad that you won the prize for early stage winner. So congratulations. And yes, please apply to the EcoPreneur Network.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It's wonderful to see folks joining from all corners of the world, California, France, India, all on the same call. Okay, so now for the moment that you've all been waiting for, we will be announcing the 3 winners of the 4th edition of the Ocean Pitch Challenge. But first, I've got to build a little bit of suspense. Let's see who the audience voted for. Aul Bio, congratulations. Congratulations, Benjamin. Do you like to say a few words?
Sure, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for voting for me. I think the support really helps going towards achieving our mission of saving the coral reefs and bringing the solution to, say, the market and then the world as fast as possible. So thank you.
Well, congratulations. Thank you, the public, for voting for your favorite team. And now I will be handing the mic over to my colleagues and partners to announce the final winners. So Julien, if you'd like to come up to announce the 3rd winner.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to every solution. It was very impressive, to have gathered such inspiring innovators or that. But we had to choose, and so the 3rd prize goes to no. Has a blur again.
Awesome.
You do have a wave prize. Maybe you can say a few words again.
Yes, I'll add some additional words. Yeah, thank you very much for this award. I think it's very great and will give a lot of notoriety to our company and achieving that mission that we so desperately need to achieve. Right, coral reef loss is so dramatic. 90% will be extinct by 20 years, which is going to be catastrophic, to the world's biodiversity as well as humanity itself. So I think I want to thank the judges, but as well as anybody else who's working on coral reef solutions to try to repair these ecosystems and restore them back to health, hopefully over the coming decades.
Congratulations again. Great. For our 2nd prize, I'll invite my colleague Ben.
Thank you. So thank you for the opportunity to announce. So on the podium, arriving at the 2nd position, suspense, drum rolls.
Into sect.
Do it. It's in sect.
Woohoo! Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm very excited, and I just want to say. Yeah, I had to leave the office for going to an event in Helsinki, but I just want to say that the more we grow and the more we manage to protect the ocean. So thank you very much for this support that we're getting in this event and that we're getting from all those who are really there and making sure that we grow steadily. And we are on the right track to success, but only because we're a mission-driven company. Only because every day we do this for reducing human impact on the ocean. So thank you for voting for us.
Congratulations.
I've got your trophy and enjoy the sun for us.
I noticed that you're joining from a different place. I love us on the move. Founders always on the move. Okay, so for the next final prize, 1st prize, Aurélie.
So congratulations to all for your pitches today. And congratulations to Benjamin and Alessandro. I think the tension is at its peak, so I won't make you wait any longer to announce the big winner of our 2024 edition. For the 4th consecutive year, our big winner is the French, and I promise we don't do it on purpose. I'm very happy to applaud And congratulations, Damien from Grande.
Congratulations.
A big thanks.
Third one.
Very popular.
There's
Nice.
always places for this. Thank you a lot. Thank you to the jury to select our project, and thank you all to assist. I would like to dedicate this prize to the engineer teams that work hardly each day in order to make the solution, because it's a very technical one. So it's a lot of engineer, PhDs that are working right now on the proposal. So it's for them, because they need also to be awarded for their action. So thank you for them. Thank you also for all sponsors and for Respect Ocean and SOA to manage this meeting. I'm very happy to be there and to win today, of course. If I may, you've seen and you suffer the effect of noise. So if I may, you selected me to make a difference in order this impact become more and more aware, and people that know this impact and act for this. So if you can please not share for Greenhouse, but share for ecosystem, the fact that it's very, very important to protect ecosystem from underwater noise, whatever it is for coastal offshore work, but also for vessel, because also vessel impact noises into the ecosystem. So please to share this this impacts that are not currently well known, because it's not a whole knowledge of scientific to know this impact. So if you can share and make people aware of these topics, it would be great in order to protect all ecosystem. Thank you a lot, and many thanks for this and for all the team. It's not a good one, okay, for this one.
Congratulations. Great. Congratulations again. And as the first prize winner, you won a cruise with our sponsor, Provenant, which is pretty exciting. I hope you don't get seasick. You're okay. No. Yeah, you'll be fine. Okay.
I was working for Naval Group, so
yes.
I know to travel around that's a little bit dark one with a lot of wave and things like this, so that's not an issue. Thank you a lot to Provenant.
Thank you so much. Put these back here for visuals. So among other things that the finalists win, you can check out the website. It has a full detail of all the benefits. And one other thing is getting mentorship support for a year from Sustainable Ocean Alliance and our amazing community of mentors, including those that were present to help with the pitch coaching and the training. So again, thank you. Congratulations to the finalists. Congratulations to our winners. And before we conclude this magical evening, we have a equally magical performance for you. So I'd love to call to the stage MK Ducana without further ado for a special performance with her violin. That gave me chills. That was so beautiful. Thank you, MK. Really nice way to honor the beauty of the ocean and the species that live in it and how connected we are to all that's alive. So on that note, this beautiful moment that concludes this night, I'd like to thank all of our partners, Léonard for hosting us in your beautiful space. Feels like home now. To our selection committee members, to our jury members, thank you to our pitch coaches. Thank you to all of our sponsors and partners. I've lost my clicker, but I see that they're there, so that's fine. And if you'd like to stay up to date with the final winners, we're hosting on the 18th of June a live LinkedIn talk live stream with them. So please stay tuned for that, and we'll get to ask them questions about what their plans are. And it's a nice way to stay in touch. And on that lovely note, this concludes the end of the Ocean Pitch Challenge, the 4th edition. I'm feeling very moved at this moment with the music and everything and all the magic that happened tonight. Thank you for being with us tonight. And I hope that you stay with us for the cocktail that we're having in person. Sorry for people online. Please have a cocktail or a drink of your preference on this occasion. And yeah, so please stay with us for that. And we're going to do a group photo now. So love to welcome anyone that wants to have their photo taken, as well as our partners. And so we're all going to meet in the front of the stage to honor this moment. Thank you. Thank you so much. And it's been an honor being your MC.